Thank you for joining the Slander crew for our inaugural After Arrow After Show, where we're going to go into detail the mid-season 4 premiere. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, or the Laurel.
Alright, so everybody, what's your good? What did you like about this episode?
Well, I guess I could start it off. I thought it was a little amusing that Diggle finally took it to task to whoop his brother's ass to get the information that he needed, because up until then Andy was just,
being a dick.
Exactly, living rent free in the Arrow cage.
And let's be real. I mean, they really were brothers. Real brothers fight. I mean, come on, we smack each other around all the time.
That's true. I did like that Diggle and Andy did have that touching moment at the end of them playing cards. So we finally get some insight into the Diggle family.
Let's be real. We all know they wanted to play spades.
Oh, I knew they was going to play spades.
Yeah, but can you play spades with 2 people?
They would make it work.
They would have found a way. His smacking hand was tilted. But back to the whole thing. All right. One thing would be, I know we're going to keep it in order, good, bad, ugly, but I got to get this out of my soul. I'm sick of the crying in front of the grave thing. I've been sitting there for like 6 episodes straight, and then you sitting there cock teasing that. We all knew it wasn't Felicity.
We knew it was not Felicity.
Who was it?
It's Thea. It got to be Thea.
We already know. Spoiler alert.
Don't be too sure. It might be Roy.
Roy? Oh.
I mean, he's slated to come back in one episode.
Roy is killable.
In this episode.
Okay, and so let's jump around the spectrum a little more. Laurel, can she get more useless? Go.
Get more useless?
More like the canary cry was ineffective at all.
I believe
against a peon.
I believe someone on Twitter quoted it best. Can't Laurel's super move be something more effective than car alarm?
Yeah. Kudos.
We appreciate that.
Whoever did that, thank you for pointing out that obvious.
And one good thing I will point out is, I don't know why, but Thea's starting to get attractive. I don't know if it's all the ass kicking or the rough stuff she
Anything
into.
with legs in a hole is attractive to you.
All right. I gotta agree with Ken though, because Thea has been more attractive since season 3, since we found out she's been training with Malcolm Merlin.
And apparently Chet Hemsworth thinks so too. Who is Chet Hemsworth? That boy she messing with that we obviously know is an agent of Damien Dark. Can we just go ahead and reveal that? Yeah. When you look like a baby Hemsworth, you evil. Yeah, just hurry up and do that.
Hold on.
That's one of my dads.
It's a couple of things I want to go to task on. Who brings a whip to an island? You were planning, or this dude looked like he was born and bred in the depths of Alabama. So when he brought out that whip, my spirit jumped. Like the spirit of our people came out.
He was at home packing his bag like a year ago. He was like, I'm gonna bring me my whip. Gonna whip me some people while I'm on this island.
Like I can smell the KFC. as I can smell the KFC and moonshine whiskey as he was about to be on
his boss. The CW didn't restrict that.
I'm just saying, Oliver was like, this is how they felt.
Let's keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
All right.
Another thing to go to task on. You banging Detective Lance over your daughter who's fighting for her life. How big of a whore are you? There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a good quality. I think it's amazing, and I
only think it's a good quality if they share that quality with you, which the statistics of that happening are slim to none.
But it's not zero.
And I'm just saying that when they say get a room, I'm pretty sure you could have picked any other room.
I'm going to say that room is no longer sterile. But how about, let's talk about Mama Queen and how she looked in them tight leather.
Mama Smoke.
Mama Smoke, sorry.
Having flashbacks.
Let's talk about Mama Smoke.
That's the original Bay right there.
I do believe I'm getting the vape. Let's talk about Mama Smoke in them tight leather pants.
She is definitely classing it up.
You know what it is. Detective Lance tell her, I need you to put some clothes on.
we're gonna be piling around town.
Exactly.
Did you see when Detective Lance first got introduced? He was sitting behind the table swaggering like he just got something. What do you want?
Yeah, seasons 1 through 3, he usually all tipped up and he wants to shoot somebody, and the only thing that could cure that was the sweet taste of Mama Smoke. But before then, the sweet taste of Jack Daniels.
But all right, cutting to some other things that we saw featured into the show. Anything that just stood out?
Where did Anarchy get those magical nunchucks from?
About the 3-bar nunchucks?
Exactly. He weren't holding them, they weren't in his hand, it was just a cut, and he just he's over the top. Who is a villain? Well, I guess it's him. They were so big. A villain that brings that to a fight. Exactly, they were so big. Why were you carrying those around? When you established that you had a flamethrower, which I'm thinking, so he's Firefly now when that happened. But you had a flamethrower. Why did you throw that away for the 3-stick nunchuck?
How about the fact, I don't think anybody noticed this, but if you saw Damien Dark's driveway, they had an Anarchy tag in it. It was a perfect circle. He took the time to draw this circle and put an A there before he kidnapped his family.
Well, the Anarchy, the A symbol stands for anal as well. Not that anal, but the other anal.
And let's talk about that. Anarchy kidnapping Damien Dark's family. That man got some balls.
Like, I don't know where he purchased his balls. He must have got them in a 12-pack from Costco's because he used every last one for this one.
Yeah, despite all of that, he was underwhelming as a villain to me.
But did anybody get a rapey vibe off him?
Yeah.
Like, he was like...
Is no one talking about the fact that he looked like a reject from The Purge? Like, they was like, we got our extras, go home. And he just walked away and accidentally walked onto the set of Arrow, and they was like, you're going to be the villain for this episode.
And he was like, really? Okay, bro. But one thing that keeps irritating me about Arrow is, like, we can't find the Oliver that, you know, that we were first introduced to.
That season 1 Oliver.
Yeah, because this one is always crying and moping.
Yeah, he's so in his film.
I know.
I mean, let's think about it for a second. He got a chance to take a break from fighting crime for at least 3 or 4 months.
And he spent 3 or 4 months banking his girlfriend left and right.
I mean, if you get a chance to do that when you step away from fighting crime,
yes, I would. I'll fight a different type of crime. Crime on prophylactics and protection. Anywho,
you got the vapors again?
I got the vapors. How about the fact that even, I'm gonna point this out, even dying and in a crippled state, Felicity still looked better than Laurel ever will. I mean, she was on death's door, and
Speaking of Laurel, when she called the police, wait,
finish it.
The shot when Oliver was in the hospital with Felicity's mom, and he looked on the news. He looked at the screen.
His face said everything we need.
Okay, well, one thing I want to point out, and Laurel was like, you know, you held the man hostage, you know, I don't see why you... Y'all vigilantes. Y'all criminals anyway. So anything after mile 1 is fair game. You are shooting people with weapons.
Not to mention, you are a DA. I'm assuming you still have a job.
Exactly.
But she is also a vigilante.
What does the DA stand for? Aside from dumbass.
Let's wrap this up. Last points. Let's go across the board. What do you... Go ahead.
All right, so with this episode, I loved it as far as the villains go. By villains, I mean Damien Dark. The man just has a great presence when he's on screen. Even though he didn't really have to kick ass, but I felt a little tense when he.
I agree. Every episode he's in is an apology for Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
I'll say this.
Never forget.
But also what I'm looking for is high villains too. Like, can we get more high villains like Jinx?
Yeah.
Can we get more high villains out there? Come on, don't be stingy with it.
Yeah.
You quit robbing the Batman cradle and bring on some high villains.
I'm looking forward to them bringing Barry in and going back in time again and keeping whoever died from dying, because that's what's gonna happen.
No.
You don't.
Okay.
Oliver need moral support every time one of his soldiers fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where was Batman and Superman?
But we're. What about Wonder Woman?
Who are you talking about?
But as you can see, we all have our conflicts with the show. Of course, join us next time, next week for the next episode. And before you go, leave one parting message. Why does Oliver keep attacking men with superpowers with no plan? I want you to contemplate that. You guys have a good evening.
Did y'all see Felicity in that car though? I mean, she was giving out hit orders.
Yeah, so like
she was
mob wife.
She was like it was the mafia.
Well, fuck. Damien Dark White was like, you took your eye